Hello. Hi everyone. I'm back. Um, Probably much sooner than expected. Uh, I wanted to come on here because the last video I uploaded was I wasn't feeling well that day, but I wanted to make sure that that day in particular, and going forward, I'm trying to be more productive and get myself out of this funk that I've been in. And I said, I don't care if I feel like crap. I'm just gonna, I've been wanting to make a video for a while. I've been wanting to, engage and interact with people. And I know there's so many people that are having this surgery, the weight loss surgery, bariatric surgery, whether it be the sleeve or the whether it be the sleeve or the gastric bypass. So I know when I started my journey, I was looking everywhere, and it never seemed like it was ever enough information. I just wanted to absorb everything. And so that's really why I started this channel. I really just wanted to, I was hoping I could come up with some information, that maybe wasn't out there, and but during my journey, once I started losing the weight, I really tapped into, being spiritual and things like that, because what happened, and I think I mentioned this before. Sorry, I don't know where. I should have put some chapstick on. I left downstairs. Okay. So what was I just saying? Oh, as I was losing the weight, okay, you lose the weight so fast that sometimes your body and mind are on two different levels, so you're losing all this weight and your mind just can't keep up. And so, you go to the mirror one day and you're like, wow, I lost all the weight, because what is that called? Like, I don't think it's like homeostasis, but like just that adjustment period. Even with like loose skin and things, like, okay, so if you lose a bunch of weight, you're gonna have loose skin. But over time, especially if you're taking your vitamins and supplements and working out and staying hydrated, really, I think a big key to the loose skin thing is making sure you stay hydrated so your body can have that elasticity and just that hydration, keep things plump. And obviously there's certain situations where no matter what you do, you're gonna have that loose skin. If you don't have a lot, I would say definitely, fill it up with that loose area with muscle, tighten it up with muscle, just working out. I think I had read somewhere too a long time ago, kiwi is good for skin elasticity. Kiwi. Water, coconut water. Just staying hydrated. Sorry, my lips are so dry. So things like that. Just making sure, when you get this surgery, you're limited on what you can consume, especially if it's the gastric bypass. So the way you want to think is like, okay, I know I don't have a lot of room in my stomach. Um, so whatever I eat needs to have some type of benefit to keeping me healthy, to giving me energy, to fueling my cells, to repairing my body, to helping it adjust. That is the mindset you want to have when you eat. Not only will it keep you healthy, you just start to feel like, okay, it also helps break that emotional tie with food, because now you're almost using food as a medicine, not as a crutch or an addiction or just a pleasure. Now you're understanding that whatever goes into your body is going to help you heal. And you know what? To be honest, that in itself will give you some endorphin release. Eating healthy and feeling that clean energy and feeling that light, you know, just being light, bouncing all around and having the energy, and especially once you start losing weight, that weight starts lifting off your joints and you just go, go, go. And that in itself, I don't want to say an addiction, I would say that could be very rewarding. I would definitely take that over, you know, eating the junk and getting that immediate, when I was having my emotional eating or weight issues, I would take that scenario over, you eat the piece of cake or you eat the unhealthy foods, you get the endorphin rush, you feel good for a second, and then it's gone, and then you're back. It's a vicious cycle. But when you're eating healthy, that like stays with you, throughout your day and through, and then you're like working out, and then when you go work out, the endorphins from that. So, I think it's definitely a good trade-off, I would say. But make sure, once again, with this whole adjustment period, make sure that you do the inner healing. And that is why I was saying that I started, becoming more spiritual. Really, when I say that, I mean connecting with me, my higher self, who I am, my purpose, for being here, knowing that I am worthy and I am, as weird as this may sound, I'm a human being that deserves love, compassion. I deserve to receive love. I deserve to give love. I deserve to have friends, live life, be happy. Because when I was overweight, I didn't feel like I was worthy. Didn't feel like I was worthy. A lot of it had to do with just sometimes the way people look at you, especially like in my situation, I gained the weight so fast. And I've talked about this before, like people, I could just tell they were looking at me like, oh, she let herself go a lot, And the more you see that from people, receive that from people, everything's always a choice, Unfortunately, I chose to let that get to me. And I let it suck the life out of me to where I felt like I was just a body here on earth. I didn't feel like a human or a soul. I just felt like I was just a body that stayed in my room. The most I would do things with my daughter and things like that. But I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to go shopping, blah, blah, blah. I think I've talked about this before. But I'm saying, when you lose the weight, if you felt like that during your before you get the surgery, during your process, was it the pre-op process, make sure you're working on that during that process. And that's the reason they have that process too. And that's why, sometimes it could be 6 months, 2 months, depending on your insurance, depending if you're paying out of pocket. But when you're in that process, I would definitely take that time to tap into yourself and do some work, do some inner healing, so that when the weight starts coming off, for one, there's two things. One, you don't get obsessed with losing weight, because that happens. It never seems like you lose enough, and then you start losing, and then you're looking at the scale and you're like, oh, I'm down this much. Well, I can go a little bit more, and then I can go a little bit more, and then I can go a little bit more, and I can go a little bit more, and it's never enough. Before you know, you're going to be 120 pounds. No offense to anybody that's 120 pounds. And I know we all have different heights. I'm just using that as an example. Let's say you went from 400 to 120. Like, this is a bit drastic, I guess. But, I don't know, depending on your height. Let me say 100 pounds. Let's be extra dramatic here. Let's say you get down to 100 pounds. It's still never enough. It's never enough. You know why? It is definitely enough. Okay? You don't need to lose anymore. Mentally, you are trying to run away from something or get validation from a number. And that happens when you don't do the inner work. It happens when you still need some healing, because the goal is not the number on the scale. The goal is to be healthy, energized, enjoy life, enjoy your friends, be there for your friends, let them be there for you. Go out, explore, travel, do great at your passion and career or job. Those are the goals. So don't get caught up on the weight loss. The weight's going to come off. You follow the program, you eat healthy, you stay active, you're going to be healthy. Don't go to extremes. On the other side of that, you can go back, it's possible if you don't do the inner work, you can go back, straight back to the old habits. It's very possible to gain all your weight back with this surgery. Very possible. Especially the sleeve. Sure, the gastric bypass too. I just want you to know it's possible. Don't use this as a total crutch to say, oh, well, I can get the surgery and still do whatever I want and not make any changes, because that's not how it goes. And then, that's just going to cause a world of disappointment. But on the other hand, don't obsess about gaining the weight and then worrying about being a disappointment to other people. That's not my point. My point is, with both of these are the two extremes of what can happen. The point is to heal and transform your mind, your body, and soul. They all work as a unit. They all have to be in unison, in sync. So if you're neglecting one, it's going to be a domino effect to the other. If you're affecting something on this side, it's always going to come back. You want to make sure all three of those, mind, body, and soul, are healthy. So I pretty much just wanted to come on here today and, just give some words of inspiration and encouragement, maybe just some health talk, just something to help you guys through the process. Another thing is, I am dealing with some health issues right now. I want to tell everybody, whatever you're going through, don't ever give up on yourself. Love yourself. Know that people love you, and you reciprocate that back. You reciprocate the love that people have for you by loving yourself, so you can also pour into them what they're pouring into you. Once again, it all circulates. It all goes around. Never give up on anything. No, on you. Don't give up on you. Because there's things you might give up on. Maybe sometimes it's just time to close a chapter in your life. That is fine. Something that I'm trying to deal with myself is, it's even though I'm 38 years old, while we're here on earth, you're always going to have endings and new beginnings. That never stops. So don't let yourself get in the way of that, because that puts you in that in-between mode of stagnation. And I'm a Sagittarius, and something that I've noticed that has contributed to my depression and maybe my health issues is stagnation. It's like I'm out of my comfort zone, being stagnant. I need to always be learning. I should be around people more. I'm sure that's a big issue. I need to be out socially. And since I've gotten married and had kids, and then I had gained all the weight, even though I've lost the weight, I'm still like in that, just stuck. And so what I've been trying to tell myself lately, it's okay if you have to start a new life. Of course, not totally new, because wherever I go, my kids are going. They're staying with me, so it's not completely new life, but there's certain things in my life that need to be let go, and I can't let my age, and I can't let the fact that I've been in something so long, the fact that I'm comfortable, and really it's not comfortable. It's very unsettling, which causes stress, which causes damage to your body. Your body, when you're in uncomfortable situations, if you need to leave something, if you need to move on, your body's going to tell you, especially if you've been in it long enough, your body's just going to be like, okay, well, the mind's not connecting, so we're going to start doing things here to get you going, or to wake you up, or whatever, because when you deal with illness, whether it be mental illness, physical illness, struggling in relationship, like financial issues, your body will start sending off signals like something needs to change. And the reason I know that is because I've been here before. I've been ill before. And you know how I got rid of it and I got better? There was a situation that I would be in that I need to let go, that I want to hold on to, whether it be a job or a relationship with a person, or where I was living, or even an addiction that I may have had. It would get to the point where it was like, first you're like in denial about it. Then you start thinking, do I need to change something? Then it's like, okay, I'll change it one day. And then it's like, I'll change it one day. And then it gets to the point where your body's like, no, you need to change it now. You need to change it now. Because that, I don't know if it's the fight or flight thing, the survival thing going on, where it's like, we need to get up out of here. That will happen. So don't even put yourself through that. Just embrace the journey and let things flow, but also listen to when it's time to make a change. And no matter what age you are, no matter rich or poor, living in this country, living in another country, single or married, obese or not, hope that doesn't sound bad, you can always make the change. And I think, sometimes we feel like we don't have the power, and we do have the power within us to change. It may feel like you're climbing uphill and pushing 100-pound rock up the hill while you're making a change. But once you get to the top of the mountain, you'll understand that it was worth it. And you'll get through it. So I just wanted to come on here and share some of my heart with you guys, and I hope this was inspirational, and I hope this helps someone, whoever needs to hear it. You are loved. You are beautiful. No matter what you're going through, you'll get through it. No matter how hard, you'll get through it. You're here. You'll get through it. Don't give up on yourself. All right, guys. Peace and blessings to you guys. What's today? Today's Tuesday? Yeah. My daughter's out of school today. Her school had some meeting, so they're not in school. So my schedule's like all off. I have to get ready. I'm gonna be going to physical therapy in a few hours, and I'm gonna go do some cleaning and stuff. All right. Peace.